howdy folks. So when you come to get some clay, you're gonna need to wedge it from now on. And sometimes the clay is gonna be nice and plastic like this, and it's gonna be ready to go. You just gotta wedge it, make sure it's got no air bubbles in it. But sometimes it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be like this, where it's muddy, right? It's too wet to use, it's too wet. So what we're gonna do is, we can't just wedge it because you're just basically wedging mud. It's not gonna work. So what you're gonna do is, you can take this little tool, the cutting wire, and you can sort of combine these two different clay bodies. So I could take a little piece of that, I could take a little piece of this, and what I want to do is, I want to actually wedge the two of them together. Now that's going to make this, this little muddy clay become nice and plastic a lot quicker. So what you could do, I would probably want to use more clay than this. But you start by kind of just smushing the two together, right? Just kind of blend the two together. You can do that in your hands. You just kind of keep squeezing it, squeezing the two together. You're smushing it. It feels great. It's going between your fingers. Everything's good, right? And then when it's ready, when it's kind of in a ball and it's in a good position for you to start hitting the plaster table, and then we start wedging, right? So now what you're going to do is you start with your thumbs, but you're just kind of really going to push and pull back a little bit. We're not smushing it out like a pancake. We're just trying to push down and roll back. Push down and roll back. And you're going to see that some of the little slop is going to stick to the table, but you don't worry about that. You're just going to keep pushing down and rolling back. If you do this for about 3 minutes, it's going to be in a nice plastic state that you can use. So let's check back in 3 minutes and see what it's like. Okay, so I've been wedging this clay for maybe a minute or two, and it's already so much more plastic now. I can pretty much use it if I want. But what you're really looking for when you're wedging is if it starts picking up some of that wet clay that's on the table, then you know that you're getting to a spot that it's ready to go, right? Or at least if it's not leaving any more wet spots, right? If you can wedge it and it's totally dry, like the table surface is dry afterwards, you're looking good, right? Like I'm getting this clay to a state where I can pretty much use it now. And so this is a small amount of clay, but it would be the same thing if you're using more clay too. We just combine these two together and just keep wedging it out and wedging it out until it becomes one nice plastic chunk of clay for you to use. And that's it, folks. Ciao for now.